What is going on today, people? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing with Flim. We're back today with another video, and today's video I'm gonna talk a little bit about the gear that I use and some of my favorite baits, like all around baits, not just fishing for the summertime. On Instagram, I have gotten a couple questions before about what do I use and everything, but before we dive into it, let me tell you guys that fishing is literally all preference. So everything that I tell you is going to be based on me, from the rod, the reel, the specific baits, and just things that I've had luck with. So with that being said, let's get started. So for me, I am a big fan of lures. This is the Hack Attack. This right here, you can find this rod at Academy. Academy has a lot of lures, rods, and reels, and that is my favorite brand as of now. This is a 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod. Gear ratio on this thing is 7:5 to 1. And me personally, this is my preference right here. This is my all-time favorite rod so far, rod and reel combo so far. 7 foot allows me to cast accurately, and it allows me to cast far. Now, the only thing about the bigger the rod, you can't throw smaller baits. So for me, I love throwing soft plastics, especially in the summertime, pitching right there by that cover, but I can't do it weightless with this rod because it's so big. So it is important to have different size rods. This is my first and favorite setup. This is my all-around rod though. This right here, this could be an all-around rod, but I specifically only use it for soft plastic lures. Sometimes I have weight on there, and then sometimes I throw a weedless, but I have this specifically for my soft plastics. I know you guys probably wondering why this rod looks like this. What? But I actually made a video on there, and I'll tag the link in the description below if you want to check that out. But I actually spray painted this rod. This rod used to be orange and white, and this is a lures rod as well. And come together, I bought my reel separate. This is also a lures rod. It's black and gold. It has a 7:5 to 1 gear ratio as well. Fast. I like faster rods. I feel like you can always slow down, but I feel like it's harder to speed up. Yeah, I spray painted this rod. This is actually the first Baitcast I ever got. This is my baby right here, you guys, let me tell you. But it needs some touching up. See, it's orange, but just spray painted. You guys can definitely tell I like the 6'10", 7 foot, always medium heavy and fast action rods. I have one more rod that I use. I have a spinning rod, but I don't have it with me. It stays in my car. That's all for my really light tackle. This right here is a 6'10" medium heavy fast action rod, 7:5:1 gear ratio, and I don't use this rod that much. I normally use it just for swim baits, my big swim baits like this, skin trail, big swim baits like that. I use that rod for, and I haven't been throwing any. Okay, so for gear wise, that is it. 6'10", 7 foot is mainly for me. It's my preference. I've tried 6'6" rods. Did I try 6'4"?
You don't know?
Maybe a 6'4" rod or something, but 6'6" rod doesn't have the power. It's flimsy. I can't cast it as far, and I'm fishing from the bank, so it's important for me to be able to make long casts to cover more water, since I don't have a boat and I can't just drive right up to spots that I want to fish. So it is real important distance wise. 6'10" is perfect, 7 foot is perfect. I do plan on trying 7'2". Everything is limited, and sometimes I'm in tight spaces, and I feel like the 7 foot can get in those tight spaces. The 6'10" can get it perfect for the tight spaces, but I don't know about the 7'2". It's crazy what literally a couple inches can do. But if you're a fisherman, you definitely know the few inches makes a huge difference. So my choice of baits, not only for summer, not only for winter, spring, and all that, but all around go-to baits. And I feel like you can catch fish anytime. Well,
Good.
majority of the time, maybe not winter so much, but majority of the time. This is the chatterbait, or people know it as the bladed jig. This is black and blue, and this is the jackhammer. This gives off so much thump in the water and create those reaction strikes. I've caught more fish on this spring and summer than any bait in my tackle. This is my #1 all-time favorite bait right here. Next bait, can't go wrong with the Guggen Squad jerk bait. Now this catches a ton of fish in the winter time. Throwing the jerk bait, you can catch them in the summertime, but wintertime, I've caught more fish in the wintertime on this than any bait out there. I haven't even thrown it that much this summer because I throw the chatterbait instead. But next bait, and I just got on these right here, the Zoom trick worm. I have watermelon and I have some June bug colors in here as well. I got them mixed together. I went to the mountains one day and I was fishing, saw a lot of bass, couldn't catch any, and the gentleman came out there, asked how I was doing. I told him, and he told me to try trick worms. Ever since then, I've been throwing trick worms. They catch fish, you guys, and they're a couple dollars at Walmart. The next thing is this right here, the Zoom Fluke. This is a salty super fluke. I have white in there and I have green pumpkin. This is perfect for your ponds. This imitates, you know, bluegill almost to a T. It's a real subtle bait, and when you pop it that one time, it just darts everywhere and then it slinks down. Pop it, it darts everywhere, and it has its own action, man. Only thing moves is this tail right here, but when you jerk it, it just like that right there, and that creates a reaction strike. When fishing is tough for me, I pull out this and I hands down catch a fish. This and the trick worm. The last but not least, the craw. Now when it comes to using craws, any craws will work. The only craws that I have right now is a stroker craw. This is by 6 Cents. I like 6 Cents soft plastics, the colors, and I also love the Guggen Squad. But this right here, any craw creature, bass love eating craws, especially in the wintertime, fishing places that got rocks. Craw is your best friend. Soft plastic wise, craws, I've caught more fish on craws and worms more than any other soft plastic. Now when times get tough, I'll throw the fluke and throw different presentations, but I'm always throwing the craw first when I pull up to spots and I'm choosing soft plastics. I actually got a fluke on right now. Any craw or creature bait, I highly recommend. I feel like those baits right there, if you have those baits in your tackle box, depending on the situation, you definitely could catch fish and catch more fish. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys learned something from the video. I hope you guys go out and buy some of these products, check out the rods and reels. If you guys have any more questions about gear, baits, time to fish, any questions about fishing in general, write it in the comments below and I will get back to you literally probably as soon as you write it. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video and tuning in. Thank you for the love, the support. Make sure you go subscribe. The most important thing, make sure you go subscribe and check out videos in the future. Hit that notification bell, like, comment, and let's help me make this channel grow, man. I appreciate y'all love and support. And on that note, I'm out and on to the next one. Peace.